while that video is uploaded, I'll be perfectly clear. When I left Giovanni in April 2015, that should not have been a shock for anybody. I left him in 2011 as well. He came back just before, 2010. It was? Oh God, I've left him so many times. That's right, I left him in 2010 and I left him in 2011. 2011, he came back just before Christmas. Had nowhere to go. So, yeah, it shouldn't have been a shock. I don't know why my family, if they actually knew me, it's like, well, if we ever listen to Justin, he's been saying this for years, that, you know, Giovanni wouldn't move out of his place and had nowhere to go because Giovanni had no money, had nothing when he met me. He didn't. He was living in a share house in Kensington with Paula and Gary. My mother should have defended me because she would have known how much money I had and continue to have that much money. I just sold my investment property when I met Giovanni. Like I said, I don't know why people made up these stories. It's not matching any facts. You look like a fucking idiot. I left Giovanni in April 2015, was happy to do so. I was sick of the bullshit lies, basically. And my family were involved in that, which is what pissed me off the most. Mary Ann, my mother's sister. So I was like, nah, after Easter, I was like, oh, fuck this. I'm sick of it. Her, Christy Charles, these other deadbeat idiots in my mum's family. I'm like, are you kidding me? Fuck off. Seriously, I only see you guys because Nan forces me to. That's how I felt. I was like, are you this is bullshit. I only fucking see you losers because I'm forced to. Apart from that, I can't stand your guts. I hate you. Absolutely fucking hate you. Which is why they look ridiculous when it comes to that Stephanie Tsallas. Stephanie Tsallas, my biggest enemy since 2006, John Cabino would tell you that. And John Cabino has no reason to defend me. He still hates my guts because I left him in 2008. I leave people. I cut people really easy out of my life. I have no desire to be close to relationships. Never have. I was close to my grandparents growing up. That's it. I'm close to my money and assets. That's it. So I don't care. People to me are a dime a dozen. I can leave a group and go and socialize with another group like that. I don't give a shit. I can move countries and find a new group of friends like that and forget about anybody I've ever had in Australia. It doesn't, to me, cutting people is the most easiest thing to do. I can completely cut every single person I've ever had anything to do with in my entire life and it wouldn't bother me. But interfere with my assets, belongings and savings and you're going to fucking hear it. I've always been that person. I've never been any different, ever, in my entire life. Can't finish high school, see you, I'm never going to see you fucking deadbeats again. Piss off back home to Sydney. The only person I've ever actually been interested in keeping in touch with my entire life was a best friend I had in primary school, Graydon, back when I was at St. Aidan's in Rooty Hill. Honestly, I'm the only person I've ever thought, oh, I'll catch up with him. I mean, you know, I do catch up with my friends in Sydney and so forth that I've had, you know, been in my life for the last 23 years, but I can easily cut people. So in relationships, going back to John, it's like, yeah, okay, I've left you now. Like, to me, leaving a relationship is the most easiest thing. They have used my dates for me. And anybody who knows me should say that. Said, yeah, Justin's not a relationship person. He never has been. He's a bachelor, single. I have never, ever liked relationships. Because I've always had partners that moved into my life. So moved into my apartment with my furniture, my belongings, and I've got to get up and be around them, and they don't quite fit. They don't fit. It's like, for me, if I go and buy a nice sculpture or Murano vase or something, bring that into my Art Deco machine age lifestyle, that fits. If I accept a person into that lifestyle, they don't fit. It's uncomfortable. My dog fits, they don't fit. You know, come over as a guest in my life. You're a guest in my life, and that's as far as it is. Never been any different. So going back to John Cabino, he was really pissed off that I left him in, 2008 and completely cut. So John Cabino has no reason to defend me. He hates me for the fact that I completely cut. And then when he asked for one photo, I was like, oh yeah, here's all the photos of our relationship. I mean, I've got a few that, because I've only got photos where I look good in. Any photos that if people ever see, oh, now he's showing photos of him and John, he must miss John. No, I miss me looking like that. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't miss the person in the photo. If I'm ever putting photos up, it's for a reason. It's to say, well, that's me back then, and that person that's standing next to me can confirm it. That's all that is. People make up these bullshit. I swear to God, women have the most ridiculous things of what they come up with. No, I don't miss people. I never have missed people. I don't have this desire to hang on to people. I never have. It's easy. It's like, oh, well, you know, they're dead. I hope they had a good life. Move on. That's me. I've never ever been any different with that. But money and assets, because that's something that you need to live and have a good life yourself. Of course, that's going to be something I hold more close to me than people. You need money and assets. You don't need people. So back to what I was saying with Stephanie Tsallas, John Cabino can confirm that. So, and I said, like, he would probably still be pissed off that I left him in 2008, say all shit about me, but he at least should stick to the truth and say, yeah, that Stephanie Tsallas is a delusional piece of fucking shit. He told me, Justin, so John Cabino told me back when this psycho started stalking us, and I'm laughing about it. This is exactly what happened. I'm getting a takeaway coffee, well, I was getting a coffee in 2004, late 2004. Sorry, I'll try and get that where it's clear. And I get introduced to this freak, Stephanie Tsallas. Sorry that this video isn't clear. I'll do the best I can to try and get a clear one. There you go. So I'm getting a coffee in late 2004, get introduced to her, I just thought she was some crazy freak fag hag. Now, doesn't know me. I'm dating John early 2005, and if I ever got a takeaway coffee, I'll be walking past this weirdo. She's always out in front of California Cafe on Oxford Street, and she used to ask for selfies and things. I'm a 26-year-old. I didn't think anything of it, you know. But oh, sure, whatever. Like, you know, cameras were just put into, you know, Nokia phones, so everyone's doing selfies with complete strangers. I wouldn't even know who these people are today, to be honest. And getting a coffee, walking off, having a chat with her. Like, I'll talk to anyone until, you know, which I still do today. It's probably wrong. Tell too much all my life. So, you know, if someone said, oh, what are you doing? I'll be like, oh, I'm heading over to Mossman. I'm going to help out my partner who needs help out in his restaurant tonight. It's my night off. So it was my night off at Star Casino. I was working as a VIP host. And I'm just having a chat like, oh, I'm getting a coffee. I'm going over to see John. He's over at Cabino's Restaurante in Mossman Mules, which is where my partner worked. He had a restaurant there. And that's how conversation went. Well, I'm over there, and wouldn't you believe it, Stephanie Tsallas shows up at his restaurant, so John could confirm that. Some fucking psycho freak that stalked me turns up at my partner's restaurant. John went off his fucking head. So John Cabino should remember that. He went off his fucking head about this psycho, because he kept telling me, he said, Justin, you don't know her. You can't see her for what she is. And she's a fucking deadbeat psycho, that Stephanie Tsallas. She's a fucking loser. She still has stalked me again recently since 2015, but New South Wales police are the most dumbest dog shit pieces of trash you'd ever meet in Australia. So America, stop complaining about your police. We have got the biggest losers of deadbeats that you would ever meet in your life. Absolutely. You tell them once, you tell them a million times, she fucking doesn't know me. She stalked me on social media. She's not a friend. You're a fucking idiot. But that's what you get for being in a barbaric, backwards country like Australia, full of dumb convicts. And most of them work for the police force. So anyway, back to that. So John said to me, Australia, this is back in 2005, stop laughing about this. Because I was laughing about the fact that I had a stalker. Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. I was an idiot, 26-year-old, laughing that I had a stalker. I thought it was funny. I thought she was harmless. And I said that to John Cabino, my partner. I said, she's harmless. She's a crazy fag hag. Like, leave her alone. I would defend anyone. I don't do this anymore. I used to be a character of a person that would just defend anybody. Not anymore. No way. It's caused me damage. So John would say, no, you don't know her. You can't see her for what she is. But John could. She's bad news. Stay away from her. That's what he said. By July 2005, I started to avoid where I would run into her. I stopped getting my coffee at a takeaway coffee shop where I used to go to. I did. Completely stopped where I would run into her. Then I only bumped into her the week of my twin sister's wedding in 2006. After that, there was a massive big fight caused because of it between John and myself. John said, oh, if you think Stephanie's fine, then take it to Amanda's wedding. I'm not going. That's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And I thought, John's been an idiot. There's nothing wrong with Stephanie. Fuck's sakes. He was right. He was fucking right. And that's when she became my biggest enemy, and I had to eat humble pie and say, John, I'm sorry, you were right. She's a fucking Looney Tune. And John's like, yeah, she's an idiot. So She became my biggest enemy since 2006. Colour had nothing to do with her. And there's the timeline before. She doesn't know me. Any information gathered after that she got from social media. Then she shows up in 2015, late 2015. And New South Wales police still haven't arrested her. She's not a friend. She never was a friend. She didn't even know me. She got information from anybody that would feed it to her, who she contacted through social media. America, I wouldn't complain about your police when we've got the most dumbest dog shit deadbeat losers that don't have a fucking brain between their ears in Australia. That's how bad things are. That little Greek asshole has got away with stalking and harassing since 2015. I actually tried to catch her out. I thought, stuff this. What am I going to do? Ring John up and say, can you be a witness to what happened in 2006? When he already hates my guts because I left him in 2008. I thought, what am I going to do here? This Stephanie's doing this behavior again. How can I catch this out? I thought, all right, I'm going to have to somehow catch this out. I have to do something to try and get her to do something illegal and catch her out. Which is why in 2017, I thought, fuck this. In 2017, unbeknown to a lot of people probably, but I was under surveillance. It was fantastic. I knew about it. No one thought I knew about it, but I'm like, this is great. So I kept my bedroom windows open. I thought, I'm going to catch Stephanie out exactly the character that she has been in the past. It's going to be seen, and I can say, well, there you go. Okay, fine, you can say entrapment, you know, whatever you want to say, but yeah, that's what it was, entrapment. I thought I'm going to have to get something here to prove that, feed her some information, give her some bullshit, try and make her do something where I can say, there we go. Because I cut her out in 2006, and here's the timeline before 2006. So what the fuck is that psycho doing, getting away with stalking and harassment? And killing two birds with one stone, so to speak, I actually got my mother's fuckwit sister, Miriam Mahowski, and my mother's niece, Christy Childs, tied in with that. And I thought, there we go. That completely discredits my mother's sister and my mother's niece, and proves they have no idea. They don't know their ass from their elbow, and they really don't know jack shit about me. I'm going to leave it there and share that. But yeah, this is the ridiculous stuff that I've had to deal with since 2015.